Hi. So yes, let's just review what you've just done this morning. Okay. So we've looked at essays. We've introduced the main session, 5-minute introduction. So now we're into the video. All right. There's a self-guided theme review, as you know, and it requires you to have a password. I've already sent you the last 4 letters. Now, the first 4 letters will be in this video, and I will indicate that. And so you have the first 4 letters and the final 4 letters that you already did receive on Teams. That becomes your password to access the questions to review. Okay, so it's 10 things you need to know. Okay. Okay, so we did the poll. We looked at the regions, the geographic zone. Okay. That was your first point. Okay. And then we polled hours online. We're visiting South Korea this week and e-gaming. And strangely, it was declared, the government has declared a national crisis. And very strange, given that South Korea has less than average internet usage daily. Okay. Okay, so the main part of the presentation is we are going to look at the idea of e-gaming in relation to policymakers mainly. Okay, it's interesting. Okay, so Twitch. What about Twitch? What do we know? Well, recently, some news just in this week is that with the game Cyberpunk 2077, which is due for release in December, there's a streaming copyright issue where Twitch influencers will have their streams removed if they are streaming the game which has copyrighted music. So Cyberpunk 2077 is going to be released with 2 soundtracks, giving the streamer the chance to disable the copyrighted music tracks. And apparently, this is your third point, on the copyrighted tracks, we got the likes of Lady Gaga, maybe Kanye West. So there's an option of disabling copyrighted music, which is probably a good way to go. All right, into esports then. Esports, there is an official body now, the International Esports Omnipresent Committee. Okay, and it's not a great. It's like a massive outfit, as is the regular Olympic Committee, but it does have some way of organizing events. And what happened? Tokyo, I'm pretty sure, was supposed to host this year the first World Open for esports. However, as we know, it's been most things have been postponed. Okay. So the fourth point here is just that on the Seoul's, which is the South Korea's website for tech and innovation and sport, South Korea's income is around 7 billion as an industry, but that's just probably similar to something like Netflix. But the point being here is that it accounts for 60%, a massive amount, 60% of the country's total cultural content. So more than films, more than even stadium events. Okay. Okay, and PC bangs. This is the picture you can see in the background. PC bangs were locations that crept up in the 90s, and as network gaming was becoming popular, Apparently, there's something like 25,000 of these places around Seoul and other cities. 3 things to note for point 5 is that they're places to hang out. You can eat there, surf the web, surf the internet, and play e-games. So they serve many purposes. Okay. Onto the competitive side, the esports. Okay, one of the highest grossing earners is Faker. But is esports as popular as we're seen to think in Korea? Well, the public were polled, and the public actually said that yes, this is for number 6. The people that they respect even more are like the figure skater Yoona Kim, who was the first South Korean to win gold, and we have Son Heung-min here, who's playing for Spurs in the UK. First striker to score 50. First Asian striker to score 50 goals in the Premier League. Okay. Number 7. In terms of the split, the gender split of gamers, approaching 50%, actually, a 50-50 divide between women and men who are class themselves as e-gamers. So in excess of 40%. Okay. To look at some of the issues of treating addiction, I'm going to ask you for the next part, and this is where the access to the Google form password will be useful. You have the last 4 letters of the Google password to access the forms, but you need the first 4, and then you're going to watch a video. But if you access the Google form, you will be able to see questions, the 3 questions related to this video, which will help you to respond correctly. All right. Okay, so before I give you access to that, let's just look at some of the fictional things around treating addiction, because apparently it says that the majority of teenagers are having excess use of internet, putting them at risk of showing symptoms of addiction. But we have Evil and Live, which is from China, which shows an elite correctional academy where children are sent by their parents to be rehabilitated from their internet use. And The Clockwork Orange, which is a famous film from the UK, which was trying to rehabilitate a young guy addicted to violence. Okay. So in the elite re-education academy, as you can see in the picture, the young girl is handing over her mobile device, and the story is that there's a lot of violence that happens to these kids in there. So is it really rehabilitation? Okay. And then in the fictional movie from the 70s, A Clockwork Orange, there's a technique called the Ludovico technique, in which this kid, Alex, has been creating violent acts against people. So he's been now admitted to this institution for rehabilitation. It's pretty graphic, but the idea is the Ludovico technique is to inject the patient with nauseating drugs and encourage them by holding open their eyes really wide to watch violence on the screen. And the idea is that watching the violence while having this nauseating drug in the body repels the body against violence and rehabilitates. So for question 8, 9, and 10, all you need to do is put the code in, and the code will be one of the regions that is the Europe, EMEA, the Europe, Middle East, and Africa. That's the first part of the password. So it's EMEA plus the other 4 letters I gave you in the team session. Okay. So I'm going to ask you to click in the link for this Vice video in the link in the description below this video, and then watch from 4 minutes to 9 minutes, and that will give you the answers to questions 8, 9, and 10. Okay, there you go. All right. So I think that's I don't know how many minutes that has been, but that was me experimenting with OBS Studio. So let's see where that takes us. Okay. All right. So I'll catch up with you next time. I hope that was in some way interesting to watch. I need to get the lighting sorted out a little bit more. Yeah, and we'll take Keanu off. Okay. All right, and so there you go. I'll be off to play some records, and I'll catch up with you next week. Okay, bye-bye.